You see, this track one on advanced marriage seminar, because Satan has been fighting on a very serious note on this topic of marriage, because it involves God and his works of creation, because it's an institution of God ordained in the Garden of Eden. We say, time with that number, marriage is not a traditional something. But unfortunately, what the Bible says in Isaiah chapter 64 verse 6, for our righteousness is like a filthy rag. So, the tradition of men has hijacked marriage. It cannot be disputed. Because in the day that God joined Adam and Eve in the marriage as husband and wife in the Garden of Eden, there was no tradition of men. It was the things of God. It was a spiritual thing. And because the men and traditional so much that the things of God had been looked and trampled down, then there was a problem. You see, crashes go to so many places. You see what marriage is suffering. And they know when the marriage has failed, that environment is about to fail, to rear up an ugly children. At the end, the children will suffer to eat. That's also the truth. So what are we talking? Satan is fighting it today in the marriage ground. That was already a problem. Some from there went to their wedding or marriage uniform and what have you. They dissolve the marriage immediately. They start to throw stones and what have you. And because it's a generational something, you have a child, he will in process of time got married and began another generation. So if they got it wrong from their father and mother, they themselves is likely to get it wrong from on their own generation, which what they see, because sometimes you behave like the environment you were reared up, you were brought up. Somebody say it is true. Yes. So that's why the Bible says, for evil communication corrupts good manner. So if the marriage has fallen and doesn't have the elements, ingredients, and materials that are needed to forge ahead in the marriage business, then the coming generation will suffer. The children will suffer. Because it's what they had and learned from their father and mother, they will transmit to the coming generation. Somebody says it is true. When we say the coming generation, that's their children as well. So that's why you see there are problems and crashes and failures in marriages today, and there is dissolution. Today, I am no longer married. But you have not married up to 2 years. But you have not married up to 3 years. But you have not married up to 1 year. No, I'll pack it up. I cannot afford that. So that's why we said earlier on that marriage is not for teenagers. It's for a matured mind, a matured heart, a reasonable one that can actually. That's why we keep hammering this. We know what is happening in the marriage circle. We know what Satan is cooking and doing there. And that's why we always stand to fight them. Of course, this is a voice for the pulpit. Evangelist Joseph. Yes, this is true. Put a wise man here and he become wiser. Because tomorrow, if you are not married today, tomorrow you are going to marry. If you did not marry, if you are already married, your children are going to, you are here up, you are going to marry, and your children you bring up, you are also going to marry. So it's a generational, a transgenerational business of a thing. So we must get it right. Somebody say it is true.